My name is Fabio Della Schiava. I am Research Fellow at the Wolfmannsson Centrum für Antike, Middeleeuwse and Renaissance Philosophy at KU Leuven and a member of the Seminarium Philologiae Humanisticae. I am a Neo-Latinist and an intellectual historian specialized in the 15th century Italy, with a focus on reception studies, historiography and antiquarianism. My last volume is the critical edition of the first book of Biondo Flavio's Roma Instaurata for the Edizione Nazionale of his works. At KU Leuven, I work within the project Magnum Opus et Arduum towards an historical reception of Augustine's De Civitate Dei, which is coordinated by Professor Gerd Barthuns, Professor Anthony Dupont and Professor Andrea Rubiglio. Within this project, I specifically deal with the reception of this work in the 15th century Italy. Augustine's De Civitate Dei had been massively read throughout the Middle Ages, and this provided a comprehensive Christian interpretation of history, which forms the basis of the so-called political Augustinianism. A checklist of extant manuscripts we have recently produced provides us with impressive numbers. We have listed, indeed, 730 manuscripts, 190 of which located in Italian libraries, many more than previously supposed. Humanists held this work in great consideration. Francesco Petrarca mentions it in the list of his favorite books, the Libri Mei Peculiares. Niccolò Niccoli and Poggio Bracciolini worked intensively together on the same exemplar to philologically restore the text. Tommaso Parentuccelli da Sarzana, later Pope Nicholas V, included it in his Canone Bibliografico, which is regarded as a kind of ideal humanistic library. Giannozzo Manetti put it together with the letters of Paul and Aristotle's Ethica Nicomachea in his top 3. And at the end of the century, Marsilio Ficino annotates his personal copy of Chalcidius' Latin version of Plato's Timaeus with extracts from the City of God, in a manuscript which is now at the Biblioteca Ambrosiana in Milan. The City of God offers indeed a very specific interpretation of the history of mankind, which is ruled by the divine providence. The imperium, the faculty to rule the world, is a moral achievement. It passes from the one who does not deserve it anymore to his followers, flying as the eagle of Dante from one region to the other of the empire to build and rebuild the terrestrial Civitas Dei. Very little of the real City of God is really represented in this portrait. This is one of the interpretations that the humanists gave of these texts, often freely adapting it to their apologetical scopes. Humanists like Maffeo Veggio, Biondo Flavio, Enea Silvio Piccolomini, Poggio Bracciolini have extensively used it to reshape the prestige of Rome and the papacy. Rome is a new city of God on earth, and the Pope is the legitimate ruler of the Christian Empire. But this is only one of the reading strategies which came through in the Renaissance. The City of God was also read as an antiquarian encyclopedia of the ancient world. Through this text, the humanists were aware of mores and institutions of ancient Rome. They came to know the project of Varro's Antiquitates. They could read some extracts of Cicero's De Repubblica, which was at the time still unknown. But they could also reflect about value and the function of religion in the civil constitution of the times. They could tackle the problem of interreligious dialogue, like Cusanus did. They could elaborate on the Platonic tradition following the step of a church father, like Ficino did. They could deal with problems such as the one inherent to the grace, which lead directly to the Reformation. The City of God is a great book. There is a consensus about its huge impact in the modern Western world, but we still know too little about the modes in which this impact has presented itself. Our research group is working at the present moment on several facets of this reception. In Rome, at the end of April, a colloquium will take place to bring together some of the most important, the most distinguished experts on Augustine's reception and Italian humanism to deeper investigate the what and the how of the humanistic readership on the City of God. And I'm quite sure it will be a great occasion to put another brick in the wall of our knowledge of this opus magnum.